Hello and welcome back to Pendor Rearmed, and I actually wasn't going to start the episode here, but I decided because we got an achievement that you might want to see this. So it says here, the remainder of the mighty Jatu now cower in their tents due to your crushing defeat of their army. Jatu drums beat a dirge in tribute to the Scourge of Jatu with +1 riding skill, grudgingly given to you by Indar in recognition of your victory. And obviously, that is because we defeated Mr. Warlord Zolkar. And yeah, we're still here at Laria, of course. Oh, this is pretty good timing, actually, because we get an opportunity to see our wages in real time. Because, well, I don't usually show you this because it never usually pops up when I'm recording or when I'm on the screen. But there you go. That's it. We're now at 134,000. It would be wonderful if we could get a little bit more, and as you could see, Deve and Sir Jocelyn are having problems. I'm actually kind of a bit weirded out by this, because technically these people should work together quite nicely, but apparently not. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We might have a bit of a problem with this, because they're gonna hate each other so badly that they're gonna leave. You know, they're probably gonna leave soon, and I'd like to try and avoid that if at all possible. Oh dear. Alright, well, I'm going to make my way over into Marlian's, because of course I still want to try and search around for people. Of course we do have Lethaldiran, who's going to be coming back at some point in the near future, and he's probably going to be pretty useful, right? He's probably going to be pretty useful because he's going to come back with some Noldor and stuff like that, and I don't really want to have huge amounts of random units in the party. As you can see right here, baggage train, 2 various loot, there we go. So we immediately now have a baggage train, which is amazing. It's absolutely so good. And we are also going to be going over to Valenbray because I did receive word from a traveler that the chest has been refreshed, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have at least, I don't know, 4, maybe 5, 6, I don't know. Maybe 6, 7, I don't know, loads of various loot in there. Hopefully that is indeed going to be the case. I'm not sure if it will be, but we can very much try. Alright, so let's take a look. Oh, nice. Alright, yeah. Ooh, we're actually getting some pretty nice gauntlets there as well. I'm definitely going to use those. They have slightly more body armor. And yeah, otherwise, apart from that, I'm just going to take everything, of course. I mean, even if this is all junk. The various loot itself, we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9. Wow, really? Okay. Did I actually count that right? Probably not. But yeah, anyway, we did pretty nicely here because now we can literally go straight on in. I'm going to do the farmer quest in a second. Yeah, we're going to speak to this guy. I was kind of hoping for a refresh on it again, but yeah, no such luck. And we are just going to go around here, speak to the tavern keeper once again. Now, this is obviously what we get as a result of Pendor Rearmed. We now have the ability to get massive amounts of baggage trains. As you can see right there, loads and loads of baggage trains. So we now have how many? Like, what, 5, 6? I don't know, something like that. And we also, yeah, we obviously want to sell this stuff. There we go. We don't really want to carry all of that junk, do we? Is there anything else here that we want to go for? No, not really. Okay, so the question is, do we want to take smoked fish? Yeah. Definitely want to take some smoked fish. Alright, so what do we want to do now? Well, we've already gone to the chest and all that stuff, and I think the best course of action for us right now is probably to go once again and fight some Ravenstone vassals and or check on Wolfboat. Because Wolfboat is, of course, still around, isn't he? Let's have a look. He is still around, as you can see right there. He is still around. So if we can eliminate him, we have the potential to get another Qualis gem, which would be pretty insane. Alright, so I decided to do this tournament instead, 2 teams with 4 fighters each. Now, this is, yeah, I haven't managed to find Wolfboat for some reason. I don't know why. He seems to be extremely evasive all of a sudden. I don't really know why that would be the case, considering we found him so many times before, but Yeah, he's probably off somewhere in one of the sort of like mountainous areas in the north and out of the way somewhere. That's probably where he is, because he does seem to be a little bit, shall we say, a little bit more careful than normal. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter. He probably has, as I said, he probably has around 500. The question is, are we going to be able to achieve victory against 500, especially considering he does have some very dangerous offensive units. And I mean, the funny thing is, if we do get a handful of Noldor troops to join us after Lethaldiran returns, because he is going to be coming back relatively soon from now, I believe. But if he does come back and he brings us, you know, a couple of rangers and some other people, we're probably going to be maybe even able to do it. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the time, even if you have, you know, a significant amount of Noldor or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be an automatic victory. You know, it's all about, as we found out in the previous episode, it's all about environment as well. It's so funny how that can have such a big impact with, you know, the thought that you just kind of think, wait a minute, you know, how is this even possible? How is it possible that I am now, you know, winning this battle just purely because I'm standing on this particular hill? You know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, sure, you know, in real life as well, very, very famous battles have been decided just purely because of the environment. And yeah, obviously it depends on how each side takes advantage of the environment itself. So it does make a difference. Obviously it does make a difference what you decide to do, because if you were to, you know, like me in the previous episode, if you were to not take advantage of the wonderful hill and you know, make the enemy's cavalry kind of suck, then yeah, you know, then we probably would have lost if we didn't take advantage of that. But yeah, anyway, 3 teams with 2 fighters each. This is interesting. Yeah, I did some pretty nice damage there, so that should theoretically carry us to victory. Or not, as the blue team member seems to be the first one that dies. Okay. Thanks so much. Yes. That's very helpful. That is extremely, extremely helpful, especially now I'm going to get absolutely murdered. Okay, let's try and back away from this. I like that the gold team is after us right now. Thank you very much. Nice. Okay. Well, that's actually not nice. We did not really want to eliminate our only other potential ally here. Yeah, there we go. Vesmora is eliminated. Why is it that in every single tournament we always seem to have Vesmora and Kratos? I don't know why they always appear. I mean, obviously they are specific NPCs designed to, you know, actually be in tournaments, but it's quite funny. You know, I always feel like it's quite funny because it's like, okay, well, in Pendor, are you actually going to be that safe traveling around and everything, being in all these tournaments? I find it hard to believe that would be the case. But, you know, maybe they're just that good, you know? Maybe they're just that good. Maybe the snake cult and the various other bandits and various other denizens of the world are just going to think to themselves, hey, those are those wonderful tournament goers that very much appreciate entering those, you know, bouts of combat, and we're going to leave them alone. We respect them so much that we're going to leave them alone, or something like that. I don't know. That's what it feels like, at least to me. Sometimes, because these NPCs are obviously just magically appearing here, but you know, from a realistic perspective, if you were to think about it in universe, how would it actually be? You know, how would they actually get from point A to point B most of the time? Anyway, there you go. There's 20 renown for us right there. Very, very nice. And yeah, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not entirely sure if I'm even. Oh yeah, by the way, we found Bodis. So she's now actually with us. And for me personally, I think that was the reason why Jocelyn wasn't super happy. 5 refugees in exchange for... I'm not entirely sure why I would do that, but okay, thank you very much. Kind of weird. Kind of weird for these guys to be like, ah, yes, please, I have some very rare refugees here for you. That sounds like a great plan, doesn't it? I mean, what are they going to do? They're not going to do much at all. Anyway, yeah, so I went up here, couldn't really, I just went through. I didn't really do anything. There were a handful of vassals and stuff like that, but I thought to myself, yeah, that's not going to be... Yeah, so Anson is obviously upset at Bodis. So this is what's actually going to happen now. He's upset at Bodis, and he's going to be eventually so annoyed that he will probably leave. So I'm going to try and see if I can maybe... There we go. Okay, he's going to go off and do that. That's fantastic. So he's going to go off and he's going to give us some right to rule in a couple of weeks. And as I said, we're going to do a little bit of right to rule generation here. And yeah, hopefully we'll also get some unique spawns to show themselves. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because you're with me right now, we might in fact find Wolfbode instead of me just going by myself, because I never usually find him for some reason, but whenever we're on screen he apparently appears. So maybe we're gonna be lucky. Maybe we'll be lucky. I mean, we've got some Blackroot clan warriors over there. Oh, there's a Mystmountain army. Oh, that's maybe a good sign. It depends. Sometimes Wolfbode does tend to stick around these guys quite a bit. Other times he's like, no, I will go by myself. Okay, let's see. Oh, hello. Wait, oh, no, never mind. Okay, I actually thought that was something, but no, it wasn't. Just some random. Let's see if we can... We found him! Nice! Okay, yeah, so, but as you can see, Bodis is complaining about Anson there. Okay, so we found him. Do we... You know what? I don't think we can actually defeat this guy as it stands. Because look at this. 482. He has 50 honor guards. Basically 50 Bearclaw Berserkers. A bunch of Mystmountain Shaman. Okay, let me actually just have a look here. What are we looking at? Yeah, not these. Or what about adventurers? Would they count as adventurers? No, not really. Okay, interesting. Okay, are they under bandits? I guess they're under bandits or something. But they don't seem to have those here, so I won't be able to check them. I won't be able to check the stats of these guys. But I know for a fact that they're really good. So I think the shaman are really good, at least because they are mounted. We could do it if we had more Noldor, I think. Yeah, maybe, because obviously if we have, I don't know, 20 additional extremely powerful ranged troops, I feel like we could probably do this relatively easily. Maybe. I mean, because if you think about it, let's just say that one Noldor eliminates, I don't know, 3. I'm just pulling some random ratio out of nowhere, basically. But let's just say that one Noldor eliminates 3 of the Bearclaw Berserkers, for example, and we have, I don't know, 20 Noldor. That's pretty good, you know. That's a pretty good ratio, considering it's only the Noldor that are doing that. Of course, they're probably not going to eliminate 3 of them, but that's the reason why I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pull this out of nowhere, because it's probably not going to happen in that way, but it would be nice. Nice damage to that mounted ranger right there. I was taking a bit of a risk doing that, by the way, but yeah, seems to have worked out quite nicely. Maybe we could do another one. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, yeah, the battlefield was apparently working against me right there. Gave me a nice little bump in the road, as it were. Can I do some damage to this? Nope, not in a million years. Okay, let's try and see if we can do something like this. Obviously, going uphill is really bad. Probably not going to work out. There we go. That's a little bit better. Taking some damage, unfortunately. Let's tell our forces to charge in, because otherwise the Ravenstone are just going to shoot us to death. And we do have some extremely good cavalry and things, so I don't think we really need to be super hesitant or cautious. And we also have great infantry as well. Did I say infantry already? Or did I say cavalry? I don't know. But we have good both. Yes. We have good both things. So pretty happy with that. And indeed, we are actually having a pretty nice horse actually right now as well. So I feel pretty good on this. Seems to be doing some nice damage, considering we've got good speed from it as well. And it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have a horse that survives a little bit longer as well, because we were using a horse beforehand that had about 16 armor, and this horse has 40 something, so it's obviously a lot better than it was beforehand. And of course, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the fact that we have a Qualis gem in our inventory. And of course, what we're going to do is we're going to try to maximize the value that we're going to get from the Qualis gem. So what I'm technically having to do right now is just grind some stuff, just grind some renown, grind some grind some experience and things, grind some cash actually as well, and basically just try to get as much as possible. Yeah, so as you can see, Boadus likes Sir Jocelyn, so that really makes a huge difference, because obviously they were having issues before. Deve was having issues with Sir Jocelyn, and obviously Boadus has a problem with Anson, but I don't think we need to worry about that too much. I wish someone would get into a battle with Wolfbode. That would be really, really nice. I don't really necessarily mean the Ravenstone either, but it would be really nice if someone, it could even be some Fierdsvane, because as you can see, we do have some Fierdsvane vassals around here. Ah, there is actually a Ravenstone vassal there. Hello there, sir. Lord Gustav. Lord Gustav. Okay, let's try and see if we can fight him a little bit. Let's get some more Noldor here. Boadus needs to... Wow, she's actually using a really, really nice horse. Is that new? Is that new for her? It seems pretty cool. Yeah, she's got some great stuff, actually. She's got some really, really good stuff. Anyway, yeah. We are actually doing really nicely, to be honest. I feel like, yeah, we've got some pretty nice gear. We got a great baggage train. So we got loads of those. And, yeah, obviously Leslie needs to level up once more for us to actually spend those points. She does have one skill point, but I want to spec it into Power Strike and Iron Flesh, if we can, so that, you know, that's the reason why she actually has a plus by the side of her name, because I haven't actually spec'd one of those skill points, because she's currently at 20 strength, sorry. So she's at 20 strength, and it would be nice for us to get 7 points in Power Strike and Iron Flesh. Alright, so we're just going to charge in everyone here, and we're going to hope and see whether that is going to be kind of nice. I mean, my horse is doing some really nice charge damage as well, as you can see right there. Actually, really always surprised when horses do charge damage, because usually that's not the case. I mean, unless you have a really, really good amount of riding skill, of course. And, well, obviously the horse itself really makes a huge difference too. Some of the Noldor horses that you can get, they are absolutely immense. They do so much damage with charges. Wow, I'm actually surprised I didn't do any damage there, but oh well, never mind. Okay, let's see. Yeah, well, my forces are absolutely destroying everything right now. Of course, there are going to be the exceptions. For example, the enemy does have a couple of Ravenstone Knights. Ah, interesting. Yeah, well, that's definitely going to make a pretty big difference to them. We are still getting experience, of course, as well. I'd like to try and level up as best as I can. More experience equals more power. And, well, we need that. And I'm definitely going to need... definitely going to need more Power Strike, I think. And there it is, 11 renown for us, and we basically didn't lose anyone, which is really, really nice. We do have 10 surgery now, by the way, thanks to the book. So, pretty happy with that. I'm not sure if we could do better. Maybe we could do better with that. Let me actually just take a quick look in a second. And what is this lance, by the way? Oh, it's a balanced lance. Okay, yes, that's absolutely fine. Alright, yeah, so let's move on. Let's actually just see what's going on here. Yeah, so we have 10 surgery. Let me actually just see. Yeah, we have 10 surgery, so 10 plus 4. Absolutely crazy, yeah. So this is really, really good, and that means that technically we have such a high chance for people to survive that we should have basically no problem in maintaining very high level troops. At least that's the hope, right? So we really don't want to get into any kind of auto resolves or anything like that, even though I really, really want to. Yes. Anyway, I think the best course of action for me right now, there we go. We've got more 15,000 in cash. Very nice. But yeah, I think the best course of action... Indar. Indar has spawned. Nice. Okay, that's actually perfect. Hasn't he? Oh. No, apparently he hasn't. Oh, well. I actually thought that he... Wait a minute. Isn't Indar one of those guys that can be hired by other people? I'm pretty sure that is the case. Yeah, well, whatever the case, unfortunate for me, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait until Lethaldiran returns, I think. Hopefully he'll bring some people, and then we might be able to do Wolfbode. Alright, so we've headed into another battle against some Ravenstern vassals here, and in general, they are going to give us 15 renown for this, which is actually kind of nice, to be honest, considering these guys are not, well, nothing special, to be honest, nothing special. They are going to be pretty easy for us to eliminate, and they're hopefully not going to inflict any casualties on us. Obviously, as I said, we do have 10 in surgery now, and so that means that we are more than capable of basically doing, well, pretty much any regular sized battle, and probably seeing very little or zero casualties just purely because of that. And it is making a massive difference. Obviously we are going to have some problems when our forces walk into this. Dear. Yeah, no, there we go. They're actually starting to come out now and starting to do some damage. They already eliminated the front line of the opponent really dramatically there. And yeah, it's actually quite funny because from my perspective, I feel like I don't really even need to do much. I mean, you can see here I've gotten 1 kill. I mean, I guess this just actually goes to show that generally this is kind of how it is in Pendor if you are going with a non-combat focused character, because yeah, my character isn't actually combat focused in any way really. Yeah, sure, we've got kind of like mid-tier skills and he's fine, right? You know, he's fine. He's just not anyone that is going to carry. He's not going to carry the way forward, you know. Most of the time, if we're going to get any success whatsoever, it's usually going to be because of our troops. And that's kind of what I've gone for here, you know, with, you know, obviously prioritizing leadership, prioritizing a little bit of extra tactics as well. Obviously, if you really want to make things a lot easier for yourself when it comes to being outnumbered, that is, this is also the reason why it might be a good idea for me to spec into some tactics. But I don't know whether I really wanted to do that, because we're kind of getting to a point now where experience is pretty difficult to get. But yeah. If we did want to go for more tactics, then we'd have to get to 6, and, well, then that would probably be it. But, yeah, that's it. So, let's actually just let this guy go, get some nice honor for that. Ooh, various loot straight away. Okay, I like it. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of equipping for our people there, and we're going to have to sell some stuff relatively soon, I suppose. Okay, so we do have a handful of troops here. Do we want to take any of them? I think we will take these guys, and I think that's probably going to be it. I don't think I'm going to be taking anything else. We could take the Noble Warrior if we wanted Noble Troops. Do I really care about Noble Troops? I guess, kind of. Not really, to be honest, but yeah. It's because I want to make sure that we keep space, right? We want space for Lethaldiran's troops. Okay, so it's time for something a little bit bigger here. So this is going to be us and a handful of Fierdsvain vassals against a Mystmountain army. Now, this Mystmountain army does have a little bit of a weakening done to it already, so we're not really going to have to fight them at full strength or anything like that. They have about 300, which is still kind of harsh, especially considering this, well, they do have a bunch of shaman and various other relatively high tier troops, and this is going to be a really decent test for if we have the capability to eliminate Wolfbode himself and maybe even do that solo. I'm not sure if we're going to have the ability to do that. Unfortunately, Lethaldiran is taking his sweet time. Not entirely sure how it's taking him so long to come back to us, but yeah, he is taking quite some time to come back, and so as a result I'm now having to do something a little bit different here in the meantime while waiting for him to come back and hopefully give us some nice Noldor troops, if he's actually going to come back with that at all. We don't know whether he will. It's a possibility. So we will hopefully get a good resolution on that. If we don't, then I'm not sure what we can really do about it, but otherwise we're just going to tell our forces to charge in here. We do want to obviously start doing some things. We do want to start contributing to the overall fight. The only problem that I'm foreseeing right now is that if we have to fight against Wolfbode, he has a bunch of Bear Claw Berserkers, and the Mystmountain army does have some, as you can quite clearly tell. I mean, they're running around here very, very, clearly, but they have so few in comparison to Wolfbode that literally it's night and day. It's going to be one of those situations where we go in and we're like, oh yeah, actually we did pretty well. We eliminated so many Bear Claw Berserkers versus the Mystmountain army, and then as soon as we get in versus Wolfbode, it's going to be like, oh, actually he has 50 of these guys. And that's definitely something to be very, very careful of. They're going to be, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be difficult. But as soon as you've eliminated them, and this is exactly what we're seeing right now, as soon as you've eliminated the, upfront, really, really damaging enemies, most of the unique spawns will just lose. And that's the thing that we have to consider. We always have to think about that every single time we decide whether we want to go in versus a unique spawn or not. It's exactly the same thing with pretty much all of them, including Snake Cult and Igrim and the Three Seers and stuff like that. As soon as you've eliminated those really high tier troops, then the rest are just fodder. However, of course, the biggest issue here is the fact that we are going to be outnumbered. That's the reason why Warlord Zolkar was so nice for us, because he was so... Basically, he had such a small army in comparison to what you'd normally see a unique spawn have, and he made it just made such a huge difference to our overall viability. There would have been no way we would have been able to do that if he had double the troops. If he had 600, I think that we would not have been able to do it, because we would have fundamentally had so few units on the battlefield in comparison to what he would have, that it would just be impossible to gain any kind of momentum whatsoever. And I think that generally holds true for the most part in pretty much every single encounter you're going to have. It's mostly always down to, sure, okay, fine, yeah, it's going to be down to combat strength for the most part, but then you also have to think about the numbers. Of course, if you think about the Peasant Revolt army, for example, of course, in that situation, numbers are not really going to do much, right? Because they have, 600 or 1,000 or something like that? I don't know. But they have mostly peasants. They have mostly peasants and relatively low-tier or mid-tier troops. And I think they have a very, very small amount of high-tier troops. And so as a result, they're not going to be as dangerous as, the Snake Cult, for example, would be. And Maltese as well, for example. But yes, I mean, let's just actually have a look. Yeah, so only 17 Bear Claw Berserkers were in this army. And that says everything you need to know. Only 17 of them just says everything, because that just means it's gonna be much, much harder. And that's the reason why I really wanted to get the increased Noldor. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to do that, but we're getting pretty unlucky with that. Or at the very least, we're not getting unlucky, but it's more like I'm not sure where Mr. Lethaldiran is. He seems to be taking quite some time to come back here. Okay, let's get this. Let's get the Stalker. I could get the Maiden Cavalry and turn them into Maiden Adventurers or Heroine Adventurers. And for me personally, I would love to do that, but I am going to then have very few spaces. I'm going to have very, very few spaces for the... for the potential Noldor. You know what? I'm going to get rid of the Ravenstone Rangers and the Kier Guards, because they're providing me with a morale deficit anyway, or shall we say a morale penalty at the moment anyway. So I'm thinking, yeah, we'll just leave them out of it for the moment. And we do have a bunch of level ups to do as well. So the question is, do we want to continue leveling up Sigismund? I guess. I mean, what else does he actually have that we could level with him? I mean, we could do trainer skill for him as well. Trainer skill's pretty nice. Obviously, we've got to think about the fact that we do want him to get... Do we want him to get maximum? I think we do want him to get maximum, right? Or does it matter? Not really. All intents and purposes, doesn't really matter that much. Yeah. Nah. We'll do 2 points in trainer. Why not? 2 points in trainer sounds pretty fun. And then we'll spec Kavera into strength. There we go. Get that a little bit leveled up. And Julia has also advanced in level as well. Another point in strength there. Basically just making them all into strength-based characters. Actually hilarious. Yeah, so that should be perfectly fine. We did actually level up as well. Yeah, okay, so this is great actually. So let's go for another point in strength here for ourselves. And then we're going to be getting... What are we actually going to be getting? Because, yeah, I would like to level up my Power Strike. I mean, let's face it, I mean, Power Strike is the main reason why we're getting experience to begin with. So I suppose I will do that. I don't know, I'm a little bit concerned about it, but yeah, I guess that's okay. Yeah, but otherwise, apart from what we've just done there, the Mystmountain army, I'm hopeful, by the way, that after we have eliminated the Mystmountain army, that we're gonna... There it is! We're gonna get an achievement! Fantastic, there you go. You've saved numerous villagers from the ravaging Mystmountain army and are granted the title of Bane of Vejovis by the relieved populace. Also gift you with +1 agility and thanks. I'm not entirely sure how they have +1 agility, but I'm more than happy to take their sack of agility and, yeah, cook it into some very nice bread or something like that. But, yeah. Anyway, I don't know where Wolfbode is. I know where the Mystmountain army is. There's one right there. How many do they have by default? They have about 50, yeah. They have about 50 Bear Claw Berserkers, so it's about the same as what Wolfbode has. Ah, he's around here. Yeah, you can... Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's got 550 now. Look at that. So he's literally gained in troops since the last time we saw him. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, I guess what I'll do is I will go into Talon-Crag Castle. And I'm probably just going to relax here, to be honest. I'm just going to relax here. Just wait and see if anyone passes by, like this guy, for example. We could potentially fight him. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not sure, but I would love if Lethaldiran would actually come back. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, there. Yes, look there. He says, I was able to convince a few warriors to support our cause. Very nice. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah. So he brought 3 rangers, 8 warriors, 8 hunters. Well, we did have some people left over from previous things. So, yeah, that is really nice though, right? I think that's really, really nice. So we're just going to get rid of this. And then we're just going to get rid of a couple of cavalry. And there we have it. Okay. So now we're maxed out in terms of troops. Lethaldiran has reappeared. We do have to be a little bit aware of the fact that we are going to be receiving some additional companions soon enough. They are going to be coming back. Let's just have Julia go off and do a little bit of schmoozing with some people. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Wolfbode for now, and I'm going to literally just go back to Malians. But now we have Lethaldiran back. I think we might be able to do it. I mean, you can see here. You can see here that we have, 45 Bear Claw Berserkers, 49 Honor Guards. I mean, the 49 Honor Guards are not going to be that bad, I think. Hopefully. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is probably the best chance we have had in quite some time to be able to eliminate a unique spawn, with the exception of Warlord Zolkar, of course. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to go for it, right? We're probably going to have to go for it. We now have 37 honor and 833 renown. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.